Woo!
Another episode of Popcorn and Pints, gentlemen. How are you doing? Let's start it out with that. How are you guys doing?
Feeling good, friend. Feeling good.
Happy to hear that.
This fucking goddamn heat streak going on here.
It sucks.
Fucking 97. What's that?
Again, it's gonna dub for a second, guys. Do not get confused. I am working on it right now because I'm having to go through the Streamlabs thing for our YouTube channel.
I was about to say I knew something just happened.
I keep thinking my internet connection's fucked
Yep,
up and
me
it's
too.
Aaron's fault.
I already have it muted, so we're good. I already have it muted, so we're good. And I'm muting the mic right now on this. So we're live.
All
We're
right.
live.
All right.
And
I have to do all the official posts here, of course.
you get her done, Chris.
Get this out of the way.
I just tweeted from Popcorn and Pints as well with the whole stream launch thing. Hit that share out just to let them know what we're doing. So there's multiple places for you guys to watch now.
You sure did, because my phone just went off.
We're all over the place like herpes.
Spreading
I don't
the
know
love.
compared to herpes, but if that's what you
herpes is a sign of love. You give them something so they can remember you forever.
I don't know if I want to agree with that, James.
I mean, he's not wrong.
That doesn't make him right either.
It doesn't matter whether you agree or not. He's not wrong.
This is how we're starting tonight, talking about herpes.
Guess so.
You know what?
There was a lot of sun today, man.
There was one day this week where hashtag herpes was trended on Twitter, and I'm like, what
great.
the fuck?
Hey, we had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, for once. Yeah.
Nothing.
Until now.
By the way, since my birthday's tomorrow, I'm opening beer number 9 today.
Nice.
So, happy birthday, man. This is your technically next week. Technically next week is the birthday episode, where she's going to announce what 2 movies we're going to be reviewing later on in this episode. You know, when we usually spin the wheel, he's just going to announce, hey, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
Like I told you before, and like we discussed before. So for our birthday months, and since I know James passed and Chris passed, both their birthdays have passed, so they're going to get, I guess they're going to do August and September. Chris's birthday's tomorrow, so he's going to do next Saturday. My birthday's not till November 18th, so I'm going to do a Saturday in November that we're all here. It's going to be fun. Just see what movies we pick, movie or movies. Sounds like so far we're all getting picked 2.
I've got the perfect combination.
Me too.
I know one of them, and I'm not happy about it. And if you don't know what it is, spoiler alert, he mentioned it last week on the podcast, and he'll mention it again at some point in this one.
Did I? I don't even remember.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it many times.
The podcast, the fucking group chat, anytime you could remind me about that bullshit, you would remind me. So what's everybody, before we get started, before we really dive into this and review these films, what's everybody drinking tonight?
I've got some Adirondack Brewery Bobcat Pilsner from Lake George, New York. I recorded a new podcast episode for Stories from a Bar there. What's today? Fucking Friday?
Today's Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, it's Saturday.
No, Saturday. Sorry. I just said.
I don't even know what day it is. I think I was up there. Was I up there? No, I was up there yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, right? I'm a little drunk. So I have a new episode coming out at some point this week with one of the brewers at Adirondack Brewery, and I stocked up while I was there. Good stuff.
Good shit. How about you, James?
I'm drinking wine tonight from Vermont. It's Pacific Fruit Vineyards Sweet Blueberry.
Nice. You're gonna get white girl wasted.
Hell yeah.
I'm drinking. This is just, believe it or not, guys, it's Southern Comfort, but it's not 100 proof. It's just a regular bottle, small bottle of it. But I have that.
What's going on with your green screen there?
He did it so you can see the color of it.
Oh, all right.
See how that? So it's Southern Comfort.
Why is that half blue?
I'm getting ready to tell you. It's Southern Comfort mixed with, like the tropical Skittles, like that flavor packet. And it's fucking delicious.
Okay.
This is going to go off the rails a lot tonight.
Probably. I'm sure it is.
Again, this isn't 100% safe. You, on the other hand,
I've been drinking for 9 hours.
You're another story.
Hey, you're on your 9 beer. That beer per hour.
9 beer. A beer an hour for the last 9 hours.
That's not
what
bad.
this is averaged out to.
That's not bad.
See?
It could be worse. It could be like 2 beers an hour or something.
That I would be dead.
It could be a lot worse. It could be crack. He could have been smoking crack all day.
Which we'll talk about with a million little pieces.
Yeah.
Wow, we might as well just that's actually a great segue to just start with a million little pieces.
We can start with that.
I'm fine with
Let's
it.
start with that. Let's start with that, guys. So
when let me hold on. I forgot when the book came out. I think it was early 2000s. I read the book. The book was all. I mean, it's a great book. There was a lot of controversy around it when they found out because the publisher published it as essentially an autobiography.
Okay.
So James Frey, who wrote the book, the author, he did have an alcohol problem. He did go to rehab. And it's like when you see the book is turned out to be basically when you see the phrase based on actual events for a movie. And then they basically got the initial concept and that was it. And then they just did whatever the fuck they wanted. So that's what the book was. Yep. So there's elements of truth in it. But are we doing early reviews? I totally got sidetracked already.
No, yeah, I was about to pull you up to give your.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I enjoyed the movie.
7. Okay, I'm mad at that.
I'm with you. 7.
James.
7 for me.
I'm mad at that either. I'll say 6.5. I'll say 6.5. Not a bad movie though. Good story.
You've seen a couple bits.
Deep. You've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of. Yeah,
there was this movie has some full peen in it, and it starts right away.
He's packing some heat too.
Hey man, that's what's his name in the Marvel universe? Wanda's brother.
Oh, Quicksilver.
Yeah.
One time, I gotta fix the screen. You guys keep talking. I'll be right.
Okay. I had no idea. When I watched this, and I'm like, I like it. It's very story driven.
Yep.
So I thought I have no idea what the other guys are going to think of this.
No,
like I feel like it could go either way.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was shocked. I was like, this is not bad. I mean, the actors did great. Billy Bob Thornton's in it. I like this character.
What's funny is I don't even like Billy Bob Thornton, but I thought I enjoyed him in this character.
Yeah, I like this character. Yeah. He became like a father figure to him. But I like how he was dressed and everything. He had bad rings and everything.
Yeah. He was like a mafia type guy, kind of.
Yeah. So I liked his character.
But like I was saying,
other dude, I've seen him in other shit. Who's the one who tried to get with him in the shower?
He looked I forgot what the actor's name is, but I knew he looked so familiar, and I looked it up.
I forgot.
Actually, you know who I thought it was in the very first scene was the lead singer of Green Day.
Oh,
I thought it looked like him at first.
I can see that.
And then I had to go to IMDb and make sure it wasn't.
Oh, Joe. Was it Billy Joe?
Billy Joe.
Yeah. It wasn't him. But no. I seen this do another shit. I think he was in other movies that had something to do with drugs.
He was good. So what's the actor's name? Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think is the actor's name. He was Quicksilver, not in the Wanda TV show, but in the Marvel movies.
Yep, in the movie. Played her brother.
Yep. Full peen, which is not something I had anticipated.
Nope.
But as soon as I saw that, that's why I sent in the group text. I'm like, you guys are gonna love the intro to this movie.
I mean, it was right in the beginning. Motherfuckers like around.
And Aaron just responds, titties.
Yeah, he thought wrong.
That's what I thought was going to happen, but
thought wrong on that
definitely wasn't that. It was fucking because you were like, "Yo, you guys are gonna love this."
I knew it was sarcastic. I know it. I just couldn't. I would have never guessed full penis.
Well, you know what? I mean, there's the man.
up? What's up?
Myth the legend. What's up, man? What's
hey,
up?
buddy.
Well, we're talking about Million Little Pieces first. If you want to give your first rating.
I really enjoyed this. I'm actually going to watch it again with Danae. It hits home, I'm sure, for a lot of people with either family members or their own struggles with certain things. So it kind of gives you a great insight of a few things and like the mentality and like the programs and the steps and all that shit. So yeah, I like this, man. I gave this thing an 8.
Nice. I thought it was a really well done movie, man. I really liked the story. Like I said, I read the book. The book was phenomenal. The problem with that is, like I mentioned before, it came out early 2000s. But the author, it was the way they advertised it as basically an autobiography, which the author took a lot of liberties with. So Oprah, the story was Oprah put it in her book club at the time, which it was the big thing. And then it came out that none of the stuff, a lot of the stuff didn't actually happen. And then he went back on, James Fry went back on Oprah's show, and she just tore him a new asshole on TV.
God,
I would have loved to have seen that.
But I mean, that's fine. And at that point, they had to put a forward in the book, and I think they stated all the stuff that was different and stuff like that. But the story itself, if you set the book aside, I mean, the book's still great. And this movie, I thought, was a really great portrayal of just addiction, particularly for people that don't want to fucking go a religious route.
Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that.
He had that extra fight. Yeah, because he couldn't. He was like, I'm not going nowhere.
No.
The priest is running it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that problem too.
Oh, I know what it was.
All because of that incident. I didn't know that part when he told that story. I was like, oh shit. Where the priest, like, he's sitting there and he put his hand on him and he beat the shit out of him.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson did an awesome job acting. His wife was the director.
Oh,
cool.
Okay.
Nice.
And like I mentioned, I had to send that message in the group text as soon as the movie started. Full pain.
They wasted no time. You didn't say full pain in the group chat. You said you guys.
No, I was hoping to get a response the minute you saw it, but you never.
Dude, he was trash drunk. He was smoking crack. So if they're showing like this chick can happen.
He's out of his mind. Listen, it's not like they do it just to do it.
Yeah, there's a point to it. Yeah.
And there's the shower scene, of course.
And him falling off the fucking balcony.
Where the one guy.
I swear to God.
Yeah, the one guy's just like, just put it in my mouth. It's
he was like,
yo, okay. What was funny about that too was like he was like, I'm fine. He's like, I'm fine taking it now. So I'm like, what the fuck is it? The whole time he's trying to fuck him or get fucked. I'm just like, what? Like he was
trying to be a friend. He was trying to help him out, man.
You didn't read the business card?
Sexual ninja business card.
No, he's not a ninja. He didn't sneak up on him. He kind of did, but
he tried, but it didn't work. Then he was just like,
that shit was funny though. That's a serious thing too, because that shit can happen.
Oh yeah,
it is. But it also, I watched it and I thought about kind of like the double standard for nudity, at least for male and female actors. Because I mean, females have their ass or chest out there a lot, so much more than men ever have to go full frontal.
It's true.
I mean, nobody actually wants to look at the pee, but at the same time,
females too. I had my
but I mean, think of any other country where they're not as repressed as America is when it comes to like public nudity or something like that. If it plays in the story, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, me either. Dicks are ugly. That's the problem. Dicks are ugly.
I mean, they're not attractive. They're not attractive.
But he was packing though. This motherfucker. This is why he got naked. He knew it. This motherfucker said, I have no problem with this. He dropped his pants. He's like, check this out.
And fucking dancing, dick just swinging all around, just jumping around all crazy.
Yeah, well, like,
Aaron was mad because it was larger and white. That's
I'm like, he was like, wow, this scene needs to hurry up. This scene needs to hurry up.
It don't bother me. I laugh. But I go, oh shit, surprise.
But at the same time, like you guys were saying, it's something that actually fit in the movie because of this whole wild drug addiction. It kind of made me think of, not as dark as, though, at least not in my opinion, but Requiem for a Dream. Because that shit was dark. That shit hit you on different levels.
I'm surprised you know about that movie, to be honest with you.
We reviewed it. You see? I think it was before you came on with us, though.
And we gave that one a good score, too.
Yeah, it was
one of the best movies of all time.
Did we do that on here?
Yeah, I think so.
We did. I forgot what we reviewed it with, but
my wife I think it was a chick pick. My wife picked that movie.
Nice.
All right. I don't even remember it, but I know I saw it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beers and episodes ago.
A lot of beers and episodes.
But I don't mind these movies, man. What, so, like the addiction movies and everything? Like
no, this is not a movie I saw when I decided to put it on the wheel, but I knew it was out there. It came out in 2018, so it's something I've wanted to watch for 4 years, and now I'm glad I finally did.
You know what it is with that, though? It's more so of, it's not that these are bad movies because they're not. It's not something you go searching for at the same time. Like, not saying you wouldn't watch this again, but it's not like that exciting. It's more so of like, okay, this is like a really deep, serious story. I want to kind of check this out. But it's not like I'm gonna have a good time and throw this shit on. Like
no. And this is why, like when I said in the our group chat, I'm like, I enjoyed the movie, but I can't predict which way you guys are gonna go with this. Basically, just based on some of the ratings everyone else has given on movies and stuff like that. I'm like, I enjoyed this, but it is heavily story driven.
It is.
Yeah, movies like this, I'll like mental note and I'll mean to watch them, but I don't like. I think like now that we're talking about it, I kind of realize that I steer clear of like super heavy movies, and I look for comedy or action or like
too close to home. You don't want that shit. You already deal with it. You're like, listen.
Well, I mean, more of just more of the, well,
that's what me. That's how I see it. But I also don't mind when I watch it because I go through that. And when I was growing up, I had family members.
It's like I like to have good times when I'm watching.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I either want to laugh or get immersed in something that like happens fast and I get to kind of process it, but not something that I have to like pay attention to and that puts me in my feels or anything like that. Like I don't mind those movies at all, and I usually end up liking them. But it's something that like I'm realizing I don't go, that looks like that's gonna fucking put me in a place. Let me watch that. You know what I mean? It's usually let me go find something a bit lighter because I'm I'm always in my head anyway, so it's like, do I really want to watch something that's going to make me
really quick, guys?
Just about another situation or something.
Just to answer the whole, when we did it, it was episode 26.
Oh, okay. With Kick-Ass.
60 episodes ago.
So we did it with Kick-Ass when we watched Kick-Ass.
Yeah,
that was
a long time ago, people, but we did it.
That's a weird text too.
It's something. It's one of those films that really like sticks out. Like you it might not come up in conversation a lot, but if you watch something similar to it, again with this,
especially if Aaron remembers it.
And
I was shocked you got the title right.
Yeah, man, I'm just saying. but again, the reason why I say this, like especially with Horror Search 30, there's a lot of movies that we watch, good or bad, but they don't have that thing that really just makes you like it just sticks in your head for whatever reason. Then you watch something similar to it and you're like, oh shit, yes, I watched something very, not the same story, but similar, maybe a lot darker. Like this was definitely Requiem for a Dream was definitely a lot darker and heavier than this film was. Still dark, heavy.
I guess it depends how you see it.
I mean, yeah.
But to me, it was dark. It was kind of fucked up because, like I said, I had family members.
I think what it is about this movie at this point in life, everybody can probably find someone if they're not related to, they've at least know that has some kind of a possible addiction issue. Yeah. So, and this movie, it shows the dark side of that.
And I like how they show the inside, like what they go through, like when they get admitted and everything.
The thing, I think a lot of what people don't realize is like once you're in AA or rehab like that, they can't give you drugs for anything. So the scene where they're fixing his nose, or the worst thing when he's in the dental chair, I was fucking cringing. Like that was hard to watch.
Hard to watch is an understatement. Hard to watch.
And it wasn't a quick scene either.
No, man. I thought I was kind of hoping they would breeze through it, but I also knew what was coming.
I give him credit for his acting in that scene, because especially when like he's agonizing and then his eyes start to roll and shit.
And
like
he's squeezing that fucking tennis ball.
I almost looked away.
You seen the water like building up in his eyeballs and shit. Like, God damn.
Like he did an awesome job with the role. I thought
he did. The last scene of the movie, him at the bar looking in the mirror, like
that was a powerful scene. Right there.
And that's exactly how the book ends.
That was a powerful.
So scene. I was just waiting for that scene.
Yep. And then he sees himself, he's like, fuck you.
Him out. It's like, fuck you, you liar. His
own he said, fuck you to his old self.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And I really enjoyed the scene where he basically takes their AA Bible and throws it in the toilet and shits on it. That was kind of funny.
That takes it out and starts stomping on it.
Yeah.
Fucking, he throws the book out the window. The shit reappears. It's like, what the fuck is this, a Ouija board?
What's going on? What's going on?
No, but like that's another big interesting aspect to the movie. AA is based around a religious thing.
Yeah,
like it has religious guidelines. But if that's not your belief or your way of thinking, then how can you kind of follow that?
Yeah, I mean, you can still take what's being taught or said and not actually attach it to a spiritual nature or to a high power belief or whatnot.
You can, and that's kind of what he does. But the problem is, everybody there is trying to get you to do that.
Yeah.
So he's fighting two battles, kind of, between addiction and finding a way to do it, but not
do it.
He doesn't believe in the shit and the way they're telling him to do it.
Exactly. Oh, that fucking psycho. I would have fucked that one dude up.
Which
one that was like the goody good.
And then
yeah.
With the light.
Roy. His name is Roy. That was a great. Well, like he almost was gonna knight him or something. Then he was gonna beat him with that light post.
Yeah, because he failed. He came back. He was fucking drugged out again.
And
he was all goody good. He was more powerful. Like, oh, I'm better than you guys.
And fucking. And Billy Bob Thornton as Leonard, I really enjoyed.
I like that character. Yeah.
And the author wrote another book, My Friend Leonard, after this.
Oh,
about Leonard, more about Leonard.
I thought there was going to be a twist. So Billy Bob Thornton's character, you know how he's always trying to help him, but he has money, he has rings and everything.
Yep.
I thought at the end he was going to come out like he was put himself as a patient, but he owns it.
A little undercover.
I thought it was gonna be one of those like, I kind of like Squid Games. You know how the fucking guy who was running it was inside the game. I thought it was gonna be like that because he had the van. Like he left the campus helping him out. He's like, "Get in. Where'd you get this van from?"
He just had the influence to still kind of do act how he wanted.
Exactly. But I thought, I was like, "Is this gonna be a twist?" I started thinking, like, does this motherfucker like own this program and he does this to make it easier and help people, like he guides them like a father figure or something?
Yeah,
I was like, especially that scene where he goes, no disrespect to your family, but can you be my son?
Yeah,
like that was pretty cool.
That was powerful.
I forgot what the actual storyline is for his other book. But I believe it takes place after this, and it's like his adventures with Leonard or something like that.
Then his Leonard story, what you told about?
It's more about his background and what they do after they get out, I think.
You know what I did? I forgot what he said. And then he goes, "No, I found every single one of those motherfuckers."
Oh yeah.
You thought it was gonna be something innocent? Like he was like, "Oh, you came here." He's like, "No, I found everyone.
I found them all, and then I came here."
It's like, I'll play games. I fucked them up.
So, I mentioned like the author embellished a lot when he wrote this book. The publishing house still published it like it was a fucking memoir, and that's where the controversy was. From what I could tell, James Fry was having trouble getting a story published, and then at some point they decided if it's a memoir or something like that, that makes it more. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I would say fucking kudos to you for getting this into the zone of it and allowing people to get into this aspect of a person who's addicted and like losing their shit and then trying to get help. Like,
yeah, figuring out.
Like, some of this was by far exaggerated. Some of it didn't really happen, but the essence of it is still there. I mean, he really went to rehab. He had these problems.
Yeah.
But so it was early 2000s when the book came out, but the initial rights for the film were held for years by Warner Brothers. They shelved it after all that controversy started to come out. So once they found out he had fabricated stuff, so it was October 2017 when they I don't know how long it was shelved, but in 2017, that's when Taylor Johnson came on, the wife to direct, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, the actor, signed on to act as him.
I don't know why I was kind of expecting Charlie Hunnam to have a little bit more of a role in it than the brother, only like 2-3 scenes.
Yeah,
he's from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, and Opie. And Opie was there. He was the motherfucker driving the van.
Yeah, that's right. That's what that one dude is. Okay.
Yep.
Chris, help us out. The character would try to get a blowjob in the bathroom, in the shower with them. He's familiar.
Giovanni Ribisi, I think is his
name. That's it. That's his name.
Boiler Room. He played fucking Nicolas Cage's brother in Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's where I fucking remember.
There you go, Aaron. Gone in 60 Seconds. The brother.
There's our Nicolas Cage connection. That's what we should do every movie we watch. Is try to 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but Nicolas Cage.
No, that's a horrible idea. That's a fucking horrible idea. No one wants that. But because this is the round when we'll be spinning the wheel, but we're not doing that this
week. You think every character, like at least one actor, is connected to Nicolas Cage?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I will not participate in that.
We could connect every movie to an actor and every movie to Nicolas Cage, I'm sure.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. That's terrible.
Oh shit.
So
the only other thing I found about this, so initially before they had Aaron Taylor Johnson, they were kind of flirting with Orlando Bloom or Josh Hartnett.
Okay.
And then yeah.
I think Josh Hartnett, didn't he play like a addict in a movie before or a TV show?
He may have. I feel like his roles are kind of forgettable. Like everybody.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah. Role wise, I don't think he's done anything that's really stood out. Like people like him, but they're like, "What did I see him?
What did I see him in?" Yeah, Halloween H2O, right? Was that him?
Was he in that?
He was.
He was Jamie Lee Curtis's son.
Okay. Yeah, it was 2006 where James Fry, the author, actually admitted that stuff in the memoir wasn't all 100%.
Oh, whatever.
Fact.
He got the withdrawals down. I like how they went into going through his withdrawals. Because
that was
like, yeah, that's rough, man.
That was 2006, and the movie didn't come out till 2018. So, no, but dude, the withdrawal. If you don't. Like this movie doesn't really have. It has like mediocre reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. I think overall, but I just thought it was really well done. I thought the acting was good.
So.
I thought it was a great story about addiction and trying to overcome that, particularly if you can't buy into the religious part of that aspect, which they kind of do try to force on you.
Even when he started helping out that girl, and then he falls in love with her, but then she takes her
and then she hangs herself.
That's fucking crazy. She knew she was too. Yeah, that part did suck. I didn't expect that.
Not at all.
I looked away for a second
after a scene where she said, "I love you,"
and
everything.
I mean,
I think that's why she said it. Though. She knew she was doing
it. I don't know. Fucking, I had looked away for a second, saw them running out. The psychiatrist or whatever looked distraught and started talking to him, and all I saw was the feet. And I initially thought it was his brother. I was like, no, because he was like, yo, I needed you at a point, and now I got to deal with this shit at some point too. Like, so I thought maybe his shit just he couldn't fucking handle it himself. You know? And then later I was like, where the fuck's this chick at? Like, and then I saw him with the brother at the end. I'm like, oh, he didn't die. No shit.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
I give him kudos when he fucking runs into the crack house to grab her and shit.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, and she's got the like bowl in her hand.
He looked at and
it's right in his face.
Yeah, he's
like, do I take a hit or do I knock it out of her hand? Basically.
Yeah.
And then he drops it and he steps on it, and that was just like, wow, like that right there tells you that he's over that part.
He don't want.
And he was still able to kind of portray the severity of how hard it was to choose.
Yeah, exactly. Even it's an everyday struggle.
It is.
It's a fight every day.
Yo, the scene when he first gets to the place and he's walking down the hall and the guy's trying to explain to him like their processes, whatever, and then he's in his own little world and the walls start to like flood down with brown water.
Yep.
Like I was like, is that blood at first? And I was like, it's brown. What the? Is this just shit? Is this
That's
like?
I thought that too.
I'm
Like,
confused.
why is he kind of just swimming around in a shit covered floor?
And then the shot at the end too at the bar when he tells him fill it to the brim, take a pint glass, fill it to the brim, and he's grabbing it, he's holding in. You know, he has the minute with himself, walks away. I thought it was super dope. Yeah, I thought it was super dope for them to fucking keep the camera right on the cup to go through because it's like, so this is what his life looked like before, like a hazy fucking, you know what I mean, through the glass. And now it's clear all around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was a super dope shot.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to get all Ibrahim on y'all on that one.
No,
no, that was good.
100% true.
That was a good artsy scene. That was a good artsy.
It was definitely good.
It was one of the most powerful scenes in the movie. Because it's like, I'll say that and when he stomps out the needle or whatever. Just because it's like, okay, you know how they were talking about people relapsing and all that, like you're out, boom. He could have easily taken that drink and just went right back down that path. But it was like, I have to order this drink. I have to test myself. I have to literally put my nose damn near in it, get the smell of it, and fight that temptation.
And his brother's just letting him do it. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't be in the bar."
Well, I mean, from what I can remember, that's basically how it was written in the book. He's like, he had to do that to know that he could.
Yeah.
And then he stayed in the bar. He went to play pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was just, again.
Oh, he was still around it. Yeah.
Right. And for some people, that's like how they continue to stay where they are, is that they don't make themselves avoid it like it's something they can't avoid, like it doesn't exist, but more of like, I can still be around you or people that will drink it, but I'm not going to give into that temptation. They that's how they've raised their level of self-control, I guess, and continue to like remind themselves and force themselves to the habit of controlling the urge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of dope to show that as a reflection.
I think that's a big.
I thought the brother was going to run over and slap it out of his hand, or he was just going to pick it up and like.
Because it looked like I thought he took his tongue. I thought he went. I thought he put his tongue in it like to get the taste.
Well, that shit with them in the fucking cabin, him and the chick in the cabin, where they're kind of starting to get a little intimate.
Oh, the fake shit?
Yeah, they were doing the fake thing. And they were like, you're good, go ahead.
Yeah, they were pretending they were doing all the stuff, and they're like, wait, we can't, I've never, and then both of them are like, I've never done this sober. And then they just kind of.
That's such a powerful thing and such a powerful notion because us as humans, we're like, everything's so cerebral with us. Like, the touches, the senses, our taste, all that stuff. So we can always imagine, and like we'll chase those experiences, right? Especially if you like drinking alcohol, if you like smoking weed or whatever, right? Like it's like, yo, you remember that first time. That first time's great. The times after that are great, and you're like, I want to have that again. But then, like, if you think down to the nitty gritty, you get the same effect from chocolate. You get the same effect from having sex. You get the same effect from going on a roller coaster ride or having a good time and creating a good memory. So it's like that kind of reminds you that, yo, you don't need to physically have and partake. You can even like kind of imagine that and still kind of feel like you've experienced it. You know what I mean? And I think that might be one of those defense mechanisms for somebody like that, to kind of be like, you know what? I don't need to, like, I know what it is and that's it. I can just live with it just where it is in my head, and I can get that out of other experiences.
Yeah.
I fucking agree 1,000,000,000% with you on that. So, birthday boy, I'm gonna pull you up.
Who's that?
His birthday tomorrow. And so next Saturday, because we discussed it before you got in here. So next Saturday is gonna be his birthday picks. His birthday's tomorrow. James has August, and then if you want September, you could have September or October for one Saturday where you pick 2 movies that we're gonna review on Popcorn. 1 to 2 movies we're gonna review on Popcorn and Pints.
Do you have the poster ready for the one I sent you?
I'm actually going to put them together. So as soon as you tell me, so whatever one you wanted to, and then I'm gonna put them together and just pull them up.
Okay, so we're gonna do The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Aaron's favorite actor, Nick Cage.
That's a fucking lie. He's not my favorite actor.
And this popped in my head right before we went live because I was gonna pick something else. And then I just remembered this is the perfect movie to do this, and I've been itching to watch it, and it's on one of the wheels, and it's the perfect companion piece. My Name is Bruce.
Okay. Okay.
Bruce Campbell, is that what that is? I'm guessing.
That is
No.
correct. Bruce Campbell plays himself, but huge Evil Dead fans come looking for him because some town is being taken over by demons, and they think he's Bruce Campbell from the movies.
Awesome. All right.
Wow. I am gonna make a quick thingy thing for this, guys, and I'll pop it up and give me a minute while we're still talking. But
those are a perfect combination.
That's some combo.
I never say my name is Bruce.
You're gonna love it.
Uh-huh.
Like, I didn't know how you would feel about A Million Little Pieces, but I'm saying this right now. You're gonna love My Name is Bruce.
For those of you guys that don't know, I mean, I've had Chris.
I mean that in all seriousness. I even think Aaron will like it.
Nice.
He's gonna hate
Bruce Campbell.
I have no doubt he'll hate Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I haven't seen it, but just because it's Nick Cage. I really want to see it.
There's people are saying it was good, so
I really want to see it.
People are liars, Gene. Liars, we know this. But we'll see what happens.
Even if it is good, Aaron's not going to admit it. He's like, fucking Nick Cage sucks.
Not for nothing, Nick Cage could have done a good job in this role as the addict.
Probably.
He would have done his stupid yell, man.
When he's flopping around in the hallway or running for the tree. Ah!
Yeah, the crazy Nick Cage shit.
I have to hit the bathroom quick. I've been drinking all day. I thought I'd be able to hold it, but
all right.
Go ahead, man.
We got time. We'll be talking about Constantine next.
Constipated? Yes, I am a little bit.
Constipated, yeah.
Constipated first?
I always fuck that word up when people say I hesitate. Like, I don't want to say that word, man. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Or constable.
Yeah,
I say constipotatoed.
Constipotatoed.
Okay.
Constipotatoes.
Just pull it up on Google and let it recite it to you over and over again. Let it break down the syllables.
Shit.
My fucking shoulder, man.
So while we're waiting,
back from
anybody watch anything recent?
So just really quick, just talking about the whole Stream Lounge thing, because I told you guys how I connect with those. I had a meeting with them on Thursday. I actually got to do some success. I did a stream earlier today. I streamed Thor Ragnarok for WORSTDAMGAMEREVR Gamer show later on, and I streamed Vamp for the possible 2 a.m. show we're doing. Yo, this thing is awesome. This thing is awesome, and like I'm gonna talk. They were. The people who are a part of the Stream Lounge, like one of the people who sent me the emails, was actually watching both of the streams that I did earlier. And I was just telling them so many different ideas I had. And the cool thing about it is like they're very like accepting of ideas. They're a new platform. And so they're like really trying to get it to grow and all that. And I was just telling them about, we got our real quick.
Oh, all right.
Our spam. I wish it would have came out when we were talking about dicks earlier, though. It would have been perfect. But we got our spam either way. But no, what I was getting at with that was like they're open to ideas. So one thing that I did mention to them, and I'm going to mention to them in an email, I'm going to email them back, and possibly in their Discord, is telling them that because we all know that there's a bunch of free streaming platforms to use, to have those onto that Stream Lounge thing, just so you can host a lot more movies and stuff. Twitch, they're going to try to connect. I was like, you guys should connect with Twitch, so like when people are gaming and streaming and stuff, that may be the way to possibly stream together. Like, say, me and you, Chris, streaming together, hosting it. You have your stream up, I have my stream up, type of deal. But you know what I mean? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like, it would be our streams playing in the screen, but and then the big screen could be whatever. Just a bunch of ideas, and they're very open to ideas and all this other stuff. I'm trying to work with them, hopefully partner with them, and kind of see where it goes, because I think it's just awesome. I've been talking about how I want to do watch parties for a long freaking time with you guys. I've said it to you guys plenty of fucking times. And the Discord thing is cool too, to do it that way, but this way is just like it's so interactive. And again, it's still new. It's going to be more interactive, which I can't freaking wait for. Like, again, I feel like we should jump. It'd be perfect for us to jump on this as a group and possibly connect with them and just see where it goes. Maybe partner up with them and see where it goes for us. Because again, it's in the early stages. We all have ideas and stuff. And I mean, if we're just going by popcorn and pints, Chris, you have stories from a bar, so you could like live stream and then have it, you know what I mean, through this as well. plus doing watch parties, like maybe for you, Chris, maybe here and there, you host a watch party, Tours from a Bar. I'm talking to you, where it's like you're watching a movie that's like an alcohol movie. You know what I mean? Like a beer movie, like a comedy beer movie.
Beer fest.
Beer fest. I think that's
you're
probably the first one that comes to any mind. You know what? It's funny. That's a movie I could just put on anytime and be fine with it.
And just have so you can start a watch party with that and have people just go follow you there through the thing and watch it and just be tweeting out and all that fun shit. Same thing with you, Puerto Rican Chris, with the stuff, the content you watch, and eventually if they do connect with Twitch and all that, that would be very beneficial. And I'm just like, why the fuck not? It'd be fun to host like a popcorn and pints watch party as well.
Yeah.
With all of us just talking shit, watching whatever type of silly ass movie or whatever it is, and you know why the fuck not? Again, it's
by the way,
sticking around, something that I see going to be a fun thing.
Just a quick note: San Diego Comic-Con has officially released a poster for the new Black Panther sequel movie.
Ooh.
Which is just the mask.
Okay,
that works.
That looks a little smaller, thinner. Looks.
It's got to be his sister.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think she takes it up in the comics at some point.
And I think she's gonna have it has extra gadgets and shit because she's like a genius.
November 11th, 2022. That's the next Marvel.
Okay.
November 11th.
I'm very curious to see how that's gonna go without Chadwick.
I know.
They have an awesome cast. Like the females in it are badass and everything. Everyone else in it's cool, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the comics to follow the storyline.
Yeah.
Another big thing coming out in November for the gamer folks. If you're a PS4 person, God of War Ragnarok, baby, 11/9. I think that's right on Danae's birthday.
PS4 or 5, baby.
I can't wait for that. I'm excited. I'm really excited for that.
I have to take that day off of work whenever it shows up.
That's definitely going to be one that I fucking stream nonstop.
Nonstop. Is that one of your favorite games?
Bro, that game fucking blew me. Like, I stopped playing it like 80% through because I didn't want it to end. I literally was like, nah, I'll come back. I stopped it was like nothing. I didn't miss a beat, nothing. I love that fucking game.
That last God of War game was awesome.
Stories from a... Actually, is this the one right here? Stories from a Bar. Can you send that picture in the group chat so I can pull it up for everybody? Please?
What, the Wakanda poster?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I gotta find it again.
And while you're looking for that, I'm going to pull this up. So these are the two movies we're reviewing next Saturday. I'm not happy about one of them. I'm happy about one of
there it is.
No, I'm sure you guys
I can't. I might watch My Name is Bruce twice at least.
Nice.
I know you're right. So, real. You know what's funny? So I've had you on the podcast, the Horror Research Story, a couple of times, Chris. Caucasian Chris, aka Source from a Bar.
Yep.
And one of the movies we did was a Bruce Campbell movie.
We did Army of Darkness.
Yeah, actually, we did two.
Oh, did
we did Bubba Hotep too, didn't we?
Oh, Bubba Hotep. Yes.
We did that, and
that's a funny one.
That movie is fucking awesome.
Elvis and all kinds of crazy shit. Like, this guy really...
It's so silly. That shit was so funny.
I almost feel like Bruce Campbell is one of your favorite actors. And I'm not saying he's the best in your opinion, but he's probably one of your favorite actors. Just
by far.
Because it's just...
So I don't have it here, but at work, and I think a buddy got this for me. I have an Army of Darkness poster hanging up in my cubicle at work.
Nice.
Do you have the game?
I don't have the game yet. I got to get the game.
So I did share something in the Horror Search 30 group. You would probably want to check this out, which I'll try to find it while I'm talking.
I don't know where the fuck the picture of that poster was. I lost the Facebook account. Whatever.
Good.
He makes a little cameo in the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness.
Say that again.
Bruce Campbell. He makes a
he's a pop up.
Well, yeah. He's got a little spot
because it's a Sam Raimi movie. That's why.
Yep. And the fucking Buick makes an appearance again. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. There's a fucking yellow 77 or 78.
Yeah, man.
Every single movie. It was fucking Uncle Ben's car in the fucking Spider-Man movies.
So in Civil War, I don't know if anybody watched Arrested Development. The stair car is in the airport parking lot in Civil War when they go to fight each other.
Really?
Yeah, from Arrested Development.
I didn't know
This
that.
is one. This is what I was talking about right here, Chris.
Nice.
Well, what I was getting ready to talk about. So it's for the game. So you go in here, when you get this, right? Because it was originally for just the people who got the special edition version of this game, but now they have the Savini thing. It's $30. So you get a T-shirt. This is the T-shirt right over here in the corner, and then you also get the DLC for this. It's up till August 31st. I ordered mine like yesterday. I was like, I fucking have to, because that's so dope. So you get this dope ass shirt, and then you get DLC. And I feel like games that, especially if it's a Savini thing, but just games that have certain DLC, that's awesome.
My little Ash figure right here.
So is Army of Darkness the sequel to Evil Dead?
Third one.
It's the third. It's the third Evil Dead movie.
It's funny. It's fun. It's ridiculous. And
It's awesome.
I seen part 1, Evil Dead, and I seen part 3. I have yet to see part 2. I need to fucking watch that.
Part 3. Oh, I see. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if part 2 is on one of the streaming platforms, I'm gonna do a watch party for part 2.
Part 3 is where he gets sucked in and he gets knocked into the.
He goes back in time to the fucking like King Arthur type days.
Yeah.
But they're fighting a skeleton army and all that shit.
The fucking car goes with him too.
Yeah, the car goes and lands right in the fucking desert, where the hell it lands.
And the TV show that they did 3 seasons of, Ash vs. Evil Dead, all 3 seasons of that was awesome too.
Still haven't
I've seen the first season. I've seen the first one. That's where he's a cop, right?
No, he's Ash.
Oh, then I'm thinking something different. Fuck, I don't know what I'm thinking about then.
I used to get him and the guy that played the Flash in the TV show confused when I was younger. I feel like I thought
it was some show I watched where he plays a cop.
He
may like, I don't want nothing to do with this shit.
Maybe.
I mean, he was also in that movie Intruder that I really enjoyed, that you guys know. James, you know I really enjoyed. He was one of the cops in the horror movie Intruder. And it's actually a good movie. It's actually a really good freaking movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.
I can't wait for the new Evil Dead.
I'm curious to see what they do with it. It's going to be called Evil Dead Rise because they're filming it because it takes place in like a high-rise type building.
It'll be fun. At the very least, at the worst, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. Even if it's not like a great freaking movie, it'll be fun and it'll be funny.
Speaking of Supernatural, what about Constantine?
I was going to say, we should probably talk about Constantine.
Constantine. So,
a supernatural version of John Wick.
I don't know if I agree with that completely, but
no, not completely. It just reminded me of it because it's black suit and all this shit.
I actually I watched it again just before the podcast. I was finishing it up and then I had to go grab it or go run an errand. I enjoyed it a little bit more now than I remember me enjoying it, and it was kind of cool to see Shia LaBeouf because I can't remember all the movies he's only in. I feel like he's only been in like 5 movies that I can never remember, and I can barely remember them. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He was a
iRobot.
He was in iRobot.
He was in Nymphomaniac.
I feel like he was in a porn version of Holes too.
Yeah, the Nymphomaniac movies.
Wow, really?
I don't like him.
I don't mind him. Even
I like the movie
Transformers. He's just a little crazy.
He's weird.
Yeah, I didn't mind this. I was initially based off what I remember, and this was at the peak of my movie going and movie watching times. I was like, man, this is like a 6 at best, but I didn't mind it. I'm giving it a 7.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I
want to say I watched this a long time ago, but I have no recollection of it. I really don't know if I've seen this before. And watching it now, this movie has a weird story, and we'll get into it. But you know what? I enjoyed it. I'll give it a 7.
7. I'm gonna do 2 things right now. So I'm gonna give both movies. I'm gonna bump the other one up because I gave it a 6.5. Both movies to me were a 7. This may have even been a 7.5. I'm gonna give them both a 7 for right now, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm with you. Both movies 7. I enjoyed it. I seen this when it first came out, I believe. and I'm like the supernatural shit, especially like a hero type thing, like
yeah.
fucking
This
crazy.
is a first time watch for me, and
and there's like it's a comic book too.
Oh yeah. It's based on the comic, by the way, which takes place in London and has nothing to do with L.A., where this place takes place.
Yeah, of
But
course.
when you think in the concept of time being good to pretty much anything, that's not usually the case. Time's usually never really great to anything. Time has served this movie well because ratings wise and like review wise, this movie was ratings wise garbage when it came out. Like nobody critics stuff hated it. What's weird is this movie has grown in popularity over years.
Yep.
Like
they're making it again.
People are dying for a sequel to this now.
I think it's rumors it's going through. I think there's going to be a part.
I don't think there's anything official. The rumors keep coming up. I know every once in a while you see the article that I think that says Keanu Reeves wants to do it or would love to.
Oh, I thought I seen where Keanu Reeves says it's going on. I could be wrong.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen anything official or anything like that. But like this wasn't this. I mean, it didn't get great reviews, but it like over time, it's weird how people's concept or idea of this movie has changed. And
because
people
it's really connected to Marvel, isn't it?
No,
it's DC.
DC.
No.
Oh, it's DC. Okay.
DC,
which is owned by I think DC.
Yeah.
It's not.
The only reason why I honestly know that this is connected to DC is because of if you guys watch the shows on the CW network, they did have a Constantine show, and he was in the crossover with
Legends of Tomorrow.
I did watch. I watched his original show, which I liked. I liked the actor and everything. His name, I think his name was Matt something. I don't remember. But the show was good though.
I enjoyed. I didn't watch Constantine. I didn't get a chance to see that. But I did watch Legends of Tomorrow. It was one of the weaker shows on the CW network for DC, but I still had a good time with it. Like I had a good time with all the shows on there. I feel like that was probably the weakest link out of the ones I actually got to out of the ones that I followed and watched. And again, that's how I learned about Constantine. But this movie this was a good week for Popcorn and Pines for us reviewing movies that we actually all enjoyed for different reasons. This Constantine, you can kind of put almost in the horror realm because of the spiritual shit with it, the demons and all that kind of crazy shit with it. So, of course, that got me right there. And Keanu Reeves, I'm going to say this about him, right? He's a really good actor. He is. But he's not one he's not one like if I hear he's in a movie I get excited for.
Well, you know what it is? He's kind of, I think it's since the first John Wick came out, he's had a resurgence.
Yeah.
Like a lot of actors. I feel like he disappeared or no one cared about him for a long time.
Oh, he's known as John Wick now.
Yeah, and then John Wick came out.
And they're making part 4.
Yeah. And I believe he said he'll keep doing them as long as people enjoy it and want to see it.
His career is kind of interesting because he's a person who every time he comes out with some type of a movie, he becomes known like as that person. So back in the day, he was Bill and Ted. Then he was the dude from Point Break. Then he was
Matrix.
Yeah. Then he was Neo. Then he was this, and he had movies in between, some that were a little more heartfelt or whatnot. And he didn't really.
The Lake House. The Lake House.
Yeah. And then, but now, like you always reference him to the certain characters in the movies. He becomes those people, like in society, to people. He becomes that person that he was in that movie in that time frame that it's out or whatnot. So, like now, he's back to being Neo, even though he's overshadowed by John Wick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You make an interesting point, and it's not something I thought of. He literally becomes these characters, and I don't know if there's another actor like that. Like every franchise he takes over. And now that you say that, yes, I think of him as Bill. I think of him as Neo. I think of him as John Wick.
Well, maybe Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man. That's maybe Sherlock Holmes.
Dude from Tropic Thunder.
But Downey Jr. It's Iron Man, and that is like across the board from.
Oh, what about the dude who just had the court date with animal shit the bed heard?
But I'm saying though, minus that nonsense, and that was Johnny Depp. But it was
Johnny Depp.
It was Iron Man, and that goes from like children that love Avengers to adults, which is a great way to bring this up because we're going to be reviewing Thor Ragnarok in if you could ask Worst Damn Gamer, a lot of our conversations on his amazing podcast, which we'll be reviewing Thor Ragnarok at midnight, is how like watching these films as a family for the Marvel universe. They're such family, even though some parts get deeper and heavier, but as far as like for the action and all that cool shit and just the cool visuals of it, kids love it. For the story, the adults love it. And this is men, women, children. Like that's the ultimate family universe, and it's fucking crazy.
Well, I think with Keanu Reeves, what we're talking about here are franchises. How many franchises is he known for? Robert Downey Jr. is known for Marvel, maybe Sherlock Holmes. Nobody thinks, and then he was gone for a while before that.
That's true.
But so we're talking Keanu though, but we're talking The Matrix, we're talking John Wick.
I'll say this: Bill and Ted was terrible.
Bill and Ted, it's still a franchise that makes millions of dollars. Fucking even Speed. Speed was a fucking action.
That was a franchise too. Yeah,
I forgot about Speed. But no, what I was getting at though is
franchise is a strong word.
Wait, is he in part 2? It's only Sandra Bullock.
No, he's not in part 2.
Yeah, that's what.
That's one of the worst sequels ever made.
Yeah.
When you bring up Robert Downey Jr., as huge as Marvel is, especially now, and as huge as Iron Man is, it's just like he's known for that one character, and that's just something to be like fucking like holy shit. Like there's never gonna be another Tony Stark. I'm not saying that nobody else will ever act as him, but Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. You know
I mean, they may be just because they're doing the multiverse, but there won't be somebody you remember like that.
No, and the reason why I say it is because like his bravado, the way he acts, the way he portrays Tony Stark, it's so believable. You almost think that. I'm not saying that he is, because probably not. You almost think that Robert Downey Jr. is like Tony Stark. It's like in real life, you think that that's him. And with Keanu Reeves' characters, I haven't like The Matrix. I didn't see it in years, so I have to go back and watch that again. If we have it on the podcast, I'll review it. But other than that,
I like the action. I didn't care for the storyline.
Okay.
And what, Constantine?
No,
Matrix.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what the
storyline was okay, but the action shit, like the fight scenes in there, were very cool.
Which, really quick, guys, I want to just say this. So I for Horror Thirst 30, I am no longer doing the Flashback Fridays for the gaming. I will be gaming on Mondays and Mondays, just sporadically, randomly. But on Fridays, I will be doing watch parties. And I think what I'm going to do for Friday, just because I keep saying I'm going to watch this movie, and I just got it on YouTube. I just paid for it on YouTube. So next Friday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Evil Dead Part 2 over on Stream Lounge. I will be hosting that. And my co-host on Popcorn and Pints, if any one of you want to do a co-host with me on there and talk and watch the movie, let me know and we can set something up. But I think that's what I'm going to start out with for next Friday.
Nice.
Just because I had never seen it. I keep saying I'm going to fucking watch it, and I might as well just watch it. Start doing it. Like if it's on a streaming platform that is connected with Stream Lounge, it's like just watch it. Just do it. You know what I mean? Just fucking do it.
To the point, Chris, that you were getting at with how he like becomes the characters or whatnot, I honestly think it's because he kind of has this way that he's kind of himself in everything that he does, but he still brings out a character in a different set of circumstances that's him. So it's kind of like it's kind of like the Marky Mark syndrome. I say this all the time. I feel like Mark Wahlberg just literally always gets in front of a camera and is him, no matter what character he's playing. But there's no real variation to the character's character that he's portraying. It's always like it's him that just knows the lines and he throws it off like if he's that person. Where this guy is like, I'm me being this guy. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree, man.
He's like, wasn't for the supernatural stuff, this could be John Wick when he first started out.
No, I totally agree. I feel like he's just different variations of himself.
Yeah, definitely.
So I got a question for you guys, and this goes
I like him as an actor, though.
This goes to anybody that's watching us, and this also goes to you three, my guys, my brothers. Oh fuck! What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, God, forget it. I forgot. Shit! I had it. I didn't want to. I was trying not to cut anybody off, and it was a question too.
It'll come back to you.
I hope so.
Oh, that's good.
But it's about this, Keanu Reeves, I think.
But no, this movie, I like this. I like the CGI didn't bother me. Like I like how they portrayed the demon stuff, like how they looked, and when he went into hell, how that looked.
Honestly, the only thing weird about this movie was seeing Gavin Rossdale as Balthazar, and just weird because I know him as the lead singer of Bush, and I know he's
that's true. Yeah,
I'm like that was the only real weird part for me. But like other than that, like the CGI, I loved seeing him go between basically Earth and Hell. Like that was cool. Yeah. The story I thought was pretty solid. Like there was nothing that took me out of this movie.
Yeah.
The flies coming out of Beeman just fucking creeped me out in the bowling alley there.
That was good,
like,
man.
Fuck.
I seen shit that I'd never seen before. Because I seen this before, I didn't remember it. But I'm a paranormal guy, so when I watch like exorcisms, I never seen the mirror thing. He's like, I got a big ass mirror. I thought that shit was badass. He trapped it in a mirror.
Yep.
Then he fucking threw it out the window and landed on
That was cool. That was really good.
I was like, that was pretty creative. I was like, I like that. That was cool.
Was it and I also the scene, one of my other favorite scenes is where Gavin Rossdale's looking in the mirror and then he can see that the mirror is starting to melt or something like that, and then just the flames come. Like that was I thought
fire. I was born of fire.
I was born in this. I thought that was I thought that was cool.
I want to say something real quick. So last week, for you guys that were here for the live, and if you weren't here for the live, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. And we reviewed the Batman, and I'm so happy that we got back-to-back weeks of really good. I don't even say great. I'll say really good movies between.
Just wait till
Batman
next week, friend.
And this is why I'm saying this, because I'm trying to be positive. And then we, then we got these two films, which they were fun films. They were good films. And I'm just like, now we're going back to The Punishment next week, which I can't.
For you, man.
No, Glorious. You mean we're going back to Glorious again?
No, we're not. I can't wait to have like a full podcast week of Horror Research 30 Tuesday, Thursday.
You will with Deadpool.
Popcorn and Pints Saturday at 9, and then Midnight Matinee, technically 12 a.m. And I'll even throw in the Horror Research 30 for doing a 2 a.m. on that weekend of just everything being enjoyable. Like that would be great. It's gonna be very fucking rare, but it would be fucking great to just have like a full week of podcasting. Great, like good movies. I know I love watching shitty movies all the time, especially horror movies. But here and there, I want to throw in some good shit. You know what I mean? Like
here's the thing: it's because of the wheels. If you didn't have the wheels, you could plan out a perfect week.
Well, I will say this, James. I'll say this though too. So for the new wheels on Horror Research 30, I did put better rated films according to Shudder for the newer wheels. So I wasn't just putting shit on there. I put better rated films on there. So we'll see what happens as far as the newer wheels go. All the older ones, once they're gone, they're gone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just I just want like a full week. What is that? Like 6 shows that I mentioned.
That's a lot.
Just
a lot. That's a high chance.
Good. A full week. Good. A full if I can, I'll say this: if I can get a full week of 5s, I'll be satisfied. If I can get a full week of 6s or 7s, I'll be ecstatic. And if it's anything higher than that, that's a fucking miracle. A full week. That means
I'm 10s next Saturday across the board.
You're only saying that because you know how I'm going to be I cannot
Hey, you can be surprised. This movie could be badass, man.
No, fuck that. Nicolas Cage. We all have that.
I've read best movie of all time. So.
I read it. I saw it on the movie poster. It's got to be true.
I mean, he's playing himself.
I know.
Yeah.
Fucking Doogie Howser is in this. It's got to be good.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, playing himself.
I'm gonna try to behave next week. I'm gonna try my best to not flip out too much. I am out of marijuana though, so I may have to go get some more if I have the funds. You know what I mean?
Listen, just try to find the positive out of it. Ignore the positive and find the positives.
There's no positive. There's no positive. I guess the best part is me talking shit about it and ranting, and you guys laughing. That's the positive.
I can't wait.
That's the pot. Like, I'm gonna be the angry black man next Saturday, and I don't want to do that. But I feel like with these birthday picks, we're gonna start getting real. I feel like the birthday picks, they're eventually gonna be the new hate wheel in a sense of, okay, so what's gonna be one movie that's gonna piss so and so off so much? I can pick one good and one bad. I'm not saying
no, man.
I might be finding like gold.
Hey, I put aside your hatred for Nick Cage when I picked this movie. This is just a movie I wanted to watch. And I didn't know if we'd ever get around to it, so I'm like, now's the time.
That's bullshit, though, Chris. Because if I didn't,
you hating Nick Cage is a bonus. That's like the icing on my birthday cake. For this.
Is that my birthday gift to you? My outrage for this fucking film next week, or outrage for Nick Cage?
The movie was the cake. Your hatred is the icing.
I respect it because I would do the same thing to you. As a matter of fact, I plan on doing the same thing. That's one thing I do love about like our friendship that we have with each other is we know those things that are like, okay, if we review this movie, so and so is gonna flip the fuck out. It's gonna be hilarious. We have to do it. By the way, shout out to you, Mark, for tuning in on Stream Lounge. Big shout out to you. We greatly appreciate it. We love it. Thank you.
Spread the word.
Yes, spread the word. Hit that share button, please. Twitter, really good shit.
So don't forget, I want that weapon. I want that fucking crossbow cross thing.
Oh, that was awesome. You know what that reminded me of? Have you ever played the video game Worms, where you're worm fighting? It made me think they have like a holy hand grenade and like holy related weapons. It made me think of that. That
thing is badass. I was like, I want that. I was like, I want that fucking
so fun.
So actually, speaking of the weapons in this, that Spirit Destiny they have, that was used in Hellboy. That's a prop from Hellboy. And Constantine.
Is it Hellboy 1 or 2?
1. Okay. Constantine is based on the comic Hellblazer. They were going to name the movie Hellblazer, but it came out the same year as Hellboy, so they named it Constantine so they could distinguish it differently.
Okay. I'm honestly though, I'm not mad at that.
No,
I'm not mad at that at all. I mean, and I feel like Constantine kind of has a different ring to it versus Hellblazer. Like Hellblazer, I feel like it has to live up to different expectations than a Constantine type of movie.
Hellblazer reminds me of it's going to be like a cheesy horror movie.
That too. Like it's going to be a cheese. There's more weapons we can check out too.
Bro, that gun is solid gold has got to be like $100,000. Like,
dude, it's badass, man.
You know what I mean?
That is awesome.
His brass knuckles. That's fucking $3,000.
His holy brass knuckles.
Yes, those shits are badass. He blasted him too. He was like, wow.
That scene was fucking awesome. Just holy brass knuckles, and he's beating the shit out of a fucking demon.
Oh shit! Great weapons.
Great films.
You use a fucking fucking brass knuckles, made him holy so he could beat the shit out of demons.
That was awesome.
I like how they had the demons and angels on Earth. It was like a war. It was like a gambling thing.
That's how it's set up. Is like they basically heaven and hell had a bet going is to kind of
where they're all mingling together into that one bar. That underground.
The neutral. That's a That's a John Wick kind of
similarity
there.
Like the whole
Continental is their neutral place.
Oh, the show was good. Yeah, I like this show.
This was the show, and this is the show that connected. What I do want to say, I want to give some credit to the CW network. What they did, like, I love the way they connected the shows. I enjoyed all the shows that I watched on it, but I love the way that they connected the shows, like those crossover episodes, especially when it was like the full week because each show had its own night. Fucking phenomenal. I would love to see more shit like that. Maybe more so on like HBO Max or even Tubi, or just something to where it can go. Something to where it's like not on national TV, so it can go that extra step of darkness to it to kind of really put that twist in the story and really make you like, holy shit, they fucking went there. Yes,
Aaron, I want to piss you off more and bring this back to Nick Cage. So this movie came out in 2005, but it was in development since 1997. Oh,
we got him back.
There we go. So this movie was in development since 97. It didn't come out to 2005. It went through 2 or 3 directors before they finally got the final one and the cast and everything attached. So at one point, this movie was going to be made with a different director, and Nick Cage was attached to star as John Constantine.
Oh wow. It's connected again. Nick Cage is
We're connected everything to Nick Cage.
He's everywhere.
So, from what I could find, the director said that with Nick Cage, he couldn't make the film he wanted to. So he dropped out, and then Nick Cage dropped out. And they eventually ended up with the director.
Good.
And Constantine.
I think even Nick Cage would have annoyed me.
Keanu Reeves.
He would have.
I don't know, man. Maybe he could have done it.
No, because he wouldn't have had to do his fucking stupid yell. Him in his faces,
face, his stupid voice, his stupid fuck, just everything about him would have pissed me off if he was in this movie. He would have fucked it up.
You know what's weird?
Movie.
So
I'm gonna save the Cage Rage for next week, which I'll try to, if I remember, I'll try to have like a new pop up besides the one that I've been using. I'll try to have like a newer one. Maybe I'll do like a Cage Rage and just use like movie cover because it's newer.
What's interesting is like this movie financially wasn't a failure. They made over $100 million on this movie. It had a budget of like 70 to 100 billion. It ended up making over 230 million worldwide. But I think a theme I've seen in like all these superhero-esque type comic movies is studios were clearly just going for big names. They didn't give a shit about the quality of the actual story or anything like that. They just wanted a big name. And I think that did so many of these franchises in at the time.
I agree.
It's not the way they approach things now. Like you get big names now, and you kind of question it until you see the movie, and then you see that they did an awesome job in that role. Like they were hired for specifically for the way they portrayed that role. It's not just
that's how it should be. Yeah.
I remember my question now.
So it's a huge difference in cinema over the last decade, I think, when it's come to these type of movies.
I remember my question. Going back to earlier when you guys were talking about how like Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves, like he's himself in a lot of these roles, and I forgot who else you guys mentioned. Would you guys say the same thing about The Rock?
To an extent.
Like I'll say maybe his personality. Not necessarily him being, but like that personality, that funniness that you got from fucking, and the smoothness and all that other cool shit that you got from like back in WWF days. I'm not even saying WWE, I'm saying WWF days up until the movies he's in now. He still has like kind of that.
Well, it's part of his The Rock thing. His charisma.
Yeah.
He's electrifying.
Yeah. I think anything that has a tad bit of comedy to his role, he can portray himself. But what I'm curious to see is him as Black Adam.
Yeah, me too. I want to see how that
Have you guys seen Jungle Cruise?
No.
Jungle Cruise? I enjoyed it. I think it was worth a watch.
I still didn't see the Jumanji with him and Kevin Hart.
Really? Oh, it's fucking
the first or the second part?
I haven't seen either of them either.
It's like a silly, funny thing. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's silly. As far as movie wise, it may not stand up to the original Jumanji, but it's fucking funny as hell. Like, just
is it a girl in the real world, or is that Kevin Hart's character?
I think
it's Kevin Hart's character.
Yeah,
I don't remember which character it is.
Oh, it might be Jack Black.
That might be Jack Black's character, actually. Yeah.
What's
good
funny?
Cast right there. I've got to check that out. I gotta watch
it's. I mean, maybe we got to review it at some point. Maybe that could be one of our one-off.
I mean, I like the original Jumanji with Robin Williams.
You know what it is with The Rock? I don't think we've seen him take on a movie role that wasn't
serious.
That wasn't somewhat based on his charismatic comedic type.
Yeah. When he first came out, he came out with those fucking movies like he just got out of the army. He went back to his hometown, and there's like a casino taking over.
But even like the action movie, the action movies he's done, he still has jokes and stuff that he cracks in those.
Yeah.
So
I'm not mad at it though. I mean, like, I love seeing him and Kevin Hart.
He's the highest fucking paid actor in the world.
The Rock is somebody that I don't know one person that does not like The Rock. It's not male or female. Women like him because of his looks. Guys like him because he's just hilarious. He's like the guy. He's literally like not, and I don't mean this across the board. He's like the guy every guy wants to be, and as far as for the women that every woman wants to be with, and I don't mean that across the board, but just to fitting into that saying, he's one of those.
Yep.
And it goes all the way back from when he was in WWF. When he really made that turn as The Rock, not Rocky Maivia, which I was a fan of when he was Rocky Maivia and all that shit, but when he was like The Rock and he just the one-liner, all that shit.
Humor come out.
Yeah. Let his personality.
He's funny dude. He likes comedy. That's why he loves doing movies with Kevin Hart.
I was gonna say I love seeing him with Kevin Hart because it's similar to as far as like real friends in real life from acting with each other, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think they became like best friends now.
They're like best friends in real life.
They almost give me, to an extent, and I'm only saying as far as friendship wise and like the silliness and the back and forth when you see them in interviews and all that shit. They almost give me a Zach Braff and Donald Faison, aka JD and Turk vibe.
Mm-hmm.
To an extent, to a small, just because of how they are, and it's just like it comes off in their films, and then with, of course, with Scrubs, one of my favorite sitcoms of all time, one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, in my opinion. But it comes off in the acting because they're naturally friends. So like on certain scenes, it's just like it seems like it's easy for them to pull off with each other. Like we're really friends. We can really make this funny scene go, or whatever the case may be. Because
they guys them as friends. The most recent thing I seen, they did that tortilla fucking challenge where you slap each other in the face with the
that
tortillas.
was fucking hilarious.
I had a Super Bowl commercial recently.
It's funny you say that because my wife sent me that like Wednesday or Thursday. She sent me that, and I was
Kevin Hart got so happy. Everything you just keep winning.
Yeah, and he was so scared when The Rock had to side with that tortilla. Then,
I thought he was going to hit him harder than he did, though.
After The Rock slapped him, The Rock was always saying, "You fucking the shit out of me the first time you with that tortilla."
Yeah, this shit was funny.
Oh, we're getting way off of Constantine.
Yeah, we always do.
Yeah,
and Pints. This is how we do it on the Z Network. Which
well,
is
about the okay, Constantine. The end, the devil part. I liked because I liked how he did that thing. He gets summoned, like he puts his arms together. Well, he did that for the Find Gabriel, but the devil thing, he made a deal. He cut his wrist, and the devil can't wait for him. He was like, "Finally, I have you."
That's why he cut his. He knew that was his only shot. Like that he knew he was the only soul. The devil was the only would ever come up for himself.
Yep.
And the devil didn't want his, didn't like his son, and didn't want him to take over. So he's like, that's his only hope.
Yep.
That he would tell that to Lucifer, and Lucifer.
But then the twist, I like the scene where he got heavy and it was like breaking like the floor because he's the sacrifice. He's going to go to heaven, and the devil's like, I don't think so.
No,
take your cancer away.
That was awesome. I thought that was awesome. Lucifer literally ripped out his cancer so that he could.
Fuck you, you're not dying.
He's unworthy.
He's like, I'll get another chance with you.
That's fucking harsh.
That's harsh shit. He was like, fuck you. You think you got me? I got you.
It was, man. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was great story wise.
No, he's still cursed. He's on the fucking earth. Fucking Constantine still on
like,
earth.
I'm gonna make sure you live long enough to prove you don't belong.
His goal was to save his soul so he can go to heaven and shit. He thought he had it too. He was like, fuck you, I'm done.
Where he had the little, middle finger.
Lucifer is like, bullshit.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I like that scene. I thought that was cool. It was a fun movie. I liked it.
It is.
Before, I know I liked it before, but I forgot the details.
Again, I thought like this movie's weird. Like people didn't care for it that much when it came out, and then just grew to love it over time to the point where they're like demanding a sequel now.
I don't know if I wouldn't be mad at a sequel. I guess.
I fucking hope so. Especially because the show came out.
I think now it can probably be done so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things. I guess it depends on how they do the story and how they come out with it. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it because I probably would. And this is a movie that I kind of wish I would have seen a while ago, just because it was really good, and it was one of those ones like I don't know when, because my wife has. This is one of the movies actually my wife watched and never finish. She wanted to just never finish it, or whatever, because she's into like the whole like spiritual side of it, so it scares her more than it would me. But if she wanted to watch it, I'll go back and watch it with her. I'd probably smoke a little weed and get high so I can really be like locked in and kind of feel the vibes of it more. Yeah, but this is a good movie. This is a really good film.
I like it. Yeah.
This is
I hope it's true. I hope they actually do come out the part 2 because I'll check it out.
And honestly, I'm gonna bump this up to an 8, and I want to say this about the movie. So we'll be back in 2 seconds. Now this movie here definitely deserves Sir Sturdy's stamp of approval. Yeah.
Right.
This here, it deserves it. I'll fix that later, guys. Don't even worry about that bullshit. But no, this movie really deserves it, in my opinion. Like, it was one of those ones because it makes you think.
I'm shocked.
No, because So what it is when it comes to these type of films, James, it has to have a really good. It has to have a pretty good story. It has to have a good story, and it has to have something that's going to keep you connected and attached and just focused and really paying attention.
So as of December 2021, this is Constantine 2 is not happening. That's the latest article I could find.
Why not?
It's
a money grab, man. It's a fucking money grab.
Keanu Reeves has gone on record saying he would love to do it, but there is no plan.
Where's James Gunn or somebody? Where's Woo? Jump on that shit. The fuck is going on? It's a money grab, man. Fucking do it.
I'll say this. Just because of what you just said there about it being a money grab, I want it to be a passion project. I understand the whole money thing. I want to be more like, and the reason why I say the passion project is because then they'll really make the story come to life. They'll really make the sequel worth watching.
I think Keanu Reeves wouldn't do it. If it was trash, I don't think he'll do it.
No, he wouldn't. That's why he turned down Speed 2.
Exactly.
Okay, so you got a
fuck this.
I didn't know that.
He's like on a boat. We're on the ocean, and we got like 4 days. It's going to crash into the land.
He even said this on one of the late night shows, and I'm paraphrasing that he said the Speed 2 script was just a huge piece of shit, and that's why he wouldn't do it.
I respect that.
I don't know how he worded it, but that's basically what it was.
Facts. That movie sucks, man. I think I know someone who liked it.
Who liked what?
The Speed franchise. Speed 1 and 2.
Really?
Part 1 was like, but part 2, no. Not at all.
I don't think you can call anything with a boat involved speed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what threw me off.
Well, let me a fucking cruise ship. I don't think you can call anything that involves a cruise ship.
They only go a certain speed, certain knots or something. They had like a week before it's going to hit the land. Oh, like, it was so weird. I don't know. And it hits the land anyway.
They had enough time to teach the kids how to fucking swim to get off that boat.
They're like, okay, we're going to jump. You guys learn? Yeah. Use the pole. You're good. Let's go.
I don't remember Speed 2, but even
it's going to be on our worst sequel wheel, so.
Oh, yeah, it is fun.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. By the way, people, we have some new wheels on the way.
All right. So, couldn't they have, like, in Speed, I know we shouldn't be on this for this long, but in Speed,
go ahead. It's Keanu Reeves, so connect.
You got the dynamic of urban setting, congested areas, cars everywhere, pedestrians, buildings, Speed 2. At least throw in the Bermuda Triangle something or Kraken. Like, all you had to do was turn the fucking wheel on the ship like 3 degrees, and that shit would have. Who cares? Y'all get on the lifeboats, wait for the fucking Coast Guard.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking made no sense.
3 minutes.
So fucking dumb.
What was and
they did blow up, like you said. Like if they all jumped off the fucking cruise ship and the boat blew up, it's not around nothing. It's in the middle of the ocean. The boat blows up. That's it.
I just remembered when we watched The Lake House, Keanu Reeves gets hit by the bus. Right, his character like that should have been called Speed 2. The bus wins. That would have made more money. That would have made more money.
That's fucking funny. Speed 2, the bus wins.
They could have put a certain comedy in there. He could have got hit with that bus, and you see the bus still going, but it's him standing in there and playing into the Speed movie trying to stop it.
Oh shit! He's standing there like Neo.
Yeah, it's just in there.
Gotta make it
Oh shit!
All right, so guys, this is something that we're supposed to be doing on this podcast every weekend, but we forget like 97% of the time. How do these two films connect? Besides them being white actors, and besides them, we can't use the simple shit like the wheel pick. As far as them coming out in 2019,
I'm gonna go internal struggles.
Ooh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially they even had an addictive scene. That priest is an alcoholic in the Constantine.
Look at that. That's a good one, Dave.
He did it. He drowned. He thought he wasn't drinking it, but he was drowning himself.
So it runs off
his face.
What Chris said a little bit. I was gonna say that they're both conflicted beings in their own prisons on Earth, and then they make the realization that there's a bigger purpose and that they need to carry it out.
I like
that. There we go.
Okay, now what about even saying something about the religious aspect of it as well?
You could. We could do the religious aspect of it.
I mean, as far as yeah, the religious.
Both kind of non-believers, even though John. Like, how do you not believe when you fight?
Where he's fighting angels and demons and shit.
I don't believe in Jesus and God and all that shit, but I'm fighting the devil.
I think he hates them both. He goes, it's a fucking game. He's like, fuck you both.
It's
basically.
I think something Beeman says when he calls them, it's not so much about him believing in them, it's having faith in them. I think that's two different things. It's he knows it's there, but he doesn't have faith. He doesn't have faith in anything.
People argue like, yeah, but he's trying to get his soul to go to heaven. Yeah, because it's like a cop putting people in prison.
Yeah.
You don't want to go down to hell. He'll be tortured.
Exactly.
Non-stop. I mean, extreme. Everybody gets tortured down there, but that Lucifer be doing it himself.
No, if a cop goes to prison full of inmates that he's in prison, he's responsible for, he's getting stabbed.
So he didn't want to go there. So he was like, I want my soul to go up. But he didn't care about either side. He's like, it's a fucking game to them, us humans. Yeah. You guys are fucking wagering souls.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and I'm stopping you. He's like, I'm gonna fuck you're an angel or a demon. He's like, fuck you both.
Fuck you both. Fuck you both.
Like he said, like he was fighting, even though Gabriel ended up being a Judas type thing, a fucking traitor. Wants war on Earth.
Yeah.
So he's like, fuck you.
I was honestly.
I like that scene too, where fucking Gabriel lost his angel power.
Yep.
Like and he turned human, and she wanted him to Constantine to kill. He's like, "Fuck you! You're human now. Suffer."
Yeah, like that's pain. Get used to it.
Yeah.
I was just when he like punch her or slap the shit out of her, like, that's pain. He used to.
Yep.
Oh shit.
He's like, now you know what it feels like to be human.
But she was the Grand Master in Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Yeah, she was. That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
That is true.
Nice. Yeah. So final ratings for this movie, gentlemen. Are you guys
I'm sticking with my 7. 7's all around.
Yeah, 7's all around. Same here.
I would recommend either of these movies to watch, depending on the mood you're in.
I had to bump this one up to an 8, and the other one's definitely a 7.
Part of me feels like Constantine, because I'm more towards Constantine because it's my style, supernatural and all that shit. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go just by the movie itself. And they were both 7s for me. Like if I was this Constantine was on Horror where Sir Sturdy, the other show, it still would have been a 7.
Got it. Now, so my question to you is, James, because you gave them both the same. Actually, I asked James and Chris, you guys gave them both the same rating. Which one of these movies would you go back to? If either one, like, would you go back to?
Constantine. It's my style. 100%. It's like a superhero and paranormal.
Okay.
I'll watch this over the other one.
And
but don't take anything away from the other one. Like you said, like we already talked about in the beginning, we don't seek these out because we don't want to. You're like, man, I want to be in a good mood. I don't want to fucking think of. Make you start thinking of my problems and shit. You're like, you're not going to hunt that movie down.
That's because you know what it is with A Million Little Pieces. It's like it's a story that you don't want to really see or happen. But at the same time, it's a story that was told very well.
The shit is happening in your life with some kind of family member or some kind of alcohol. It could be anything.
It could be a friend. It could be a family. It could be a
friend, family. Yeah.
Something in a neighborhood. It could be just something you're connected one way. Because I feel like everybody, you may not personally know somebody that's been through, I just say drug addiction and struggles, but you know someone that knows someone that at least someone that's close to you that's had to deal with something like that.
I'm gonna go by there's every family that has one.
True, but at the same time, there's families that aren't that close, so you're not really noticing or paying attention to, or really caring as much. But I feel like everybody at least knows someone that they really care about that may know somebody else that's going through that struggle. And you see how it's hurting your friend or your family, or that's hurting.
I can fill a notebook with my family.
But so I understand.
It's sad. I'm no, you know what it is. People have some struggles.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
It's one of those things to where, like, with the refresh button on, I'll just say that because we're live, with the refresh button, when your computer's fucking up, you hit refresh and it kind of freshens it up for the internet shit. It would be cool to have that with life. Like, you just hit refresh and shit just kind of like restarts or reset with Nintendo and you gaming, turn it off, turn it on. It just kind of starts over. And
there's a conspiracy. That's what happens when you die. You don't really die. It's a
reincarnation.
And do something right.
I mean, hopefully not for a long time. We'll see. Hopefully not for 100.
Up, you die. You start out.
Come back to the same exact. God damn, me again? Shit. But I love myself. But you know what I mean with that. So this was a fun episode. This was a good episode.
This was.
And this, I do enjoy when we get these episodes where we have like two really good films to where we enjoy it. We have a great conversation about both of these films. And then we got next week where it's going to be a bunch of silliness, a bunch of anger.
Very excited. Very excited.
I don't know how to feel.
I feel great.
Of course you do. I don't know how to feel about next week because it's like, you guys know how I feel about Nicolas Cage, and there's nothing positive I can say about that man.
Feel nothing. But nothing, yet your expectations are managed.
I like Bruce Campbell, though. I'm a fan of Bruce Campbell. We have a great I enjoy Bruce Campbell. He's fun. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, if you expect nothing, you can't be disappointed or over elated.
I think you're in for quite the treat.
I'm happy for it. I want to see what happens. I wanted to see Unbearable Weight, and I've never seen My Name is Bruce. So
it's same concept where they're playing exaggerated versions of themselves.
Okay.
So I've already linked the two movies for us.
There you go.
Perfect. Let's see if we can remember this for next week. I guess
James is dead. He's gone now. So
yeah, he's been having issues with OBS, which one of these days when we're on early enough, I'm just saying this now because I'm thinking about it. I told him that you know more about OBS than I do, Chris, or maybe you can help him with it because his OBS just sometimes freezes and crashes, and it's always towards the end of the podcast for whatever reason, no matter how long we're going.
Jesus.
But
I got a camera around here somewhere.
I backed out of the full screen and saw the comments. We really got nailed by the
porn,
naked HD stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We always do. Well, not always. But
no pun intended.
I know. Oh, no, I meant it.
And again, I don't know how this spam bullshit works when we get them on YouTube, but at least when we're talking about something wild, dick and titties, do it. Here's James.
Is that kind of a double entendre because nailed as in sexual and nailed as in Constantine, religious Jesus?
Sure. Sure. Why not?
Can you hear us, James? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can hear you, Big Daddy.
He's having a rough time over there, guys.
Oh, I like it rough, Big Daddy.
That better not be his OnlyFans page.
Oh, I'm only a fan of you, Big Daddy.
Yeah. We can't help ourselves when it comes to shit like this. We're always doing shit like
this. Sorry, Jay. BJ, Big James, Jizzy James.
It's always towards the end of the episode where James is OBS or whatever. It's like, you know what, James, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm going to fuck it all up for you.
There we go.
This guy looks like with the I'm fine on his face. I just realized the cover. It's like the poster child for that new app, Better Health. the app for counseling or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the dude at the gym, fucking big 400 pounds on him. Nah, I'll be good. I just need some time to figure it out.
I'll figure it out, guys. Don't worry. I'll get it down. Don't worry. But I guess we can wrap this episode up really quick. So I was a part of this yesterday, and James did hop on. Casters for a Cause. Now, this is still going on as far as the GoFundMe, and the donations go to these two charities, which the link is in the description. So if you can afford to donate, please donate. If you can afford to donate, please donate and share. If you can't afford to donate, please share at least once, if not twice. And it's an awesome, amazing thing. So if you can donate, please donate. Next month, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th, Fandom Fest, upstate New York, Schenectady, New York, Proctor's. Go to fandomfest.org to get all the information. But I will be there with my table, podcasting, selling merch, having a great time. I hope to see your awesome, amazing, wonderful faces there as well.
Autograph feet pics.
I'm not doing that, but if Worst Damn shows up, he might do that.
I'll autograph them with my feet.
There's a footprint. Like how you do for babies and shit.
So each picture is actually going to be a 8x14 because my foot's 15. So yeah. It's your boy, the worst damn gamer ever. I appreciate you guys coming through, watching these. Either it's during live or after the fact. You can catch me gaming pretty much all week on Twitch. Every once in a while, I'll throw it up on YouTube and Facebook as well. But primarily, the gaming stuff is on Twitch. Go check out my TikTok. Hit the subscribe or the follow. I'm working my way to 1,000 right now. Want to be able to go live for you guys there. I can even host some of these and get you guys on with me as well on my portion if you want to watch these without going anywhere. But if not, come join us on the Z Network and catch these shows on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go check out our boy Dreams the Creator. The man is a digital whiz, and whether it's music, digital photography, branding, digital media, he is your guy for it. He can hook you up with a dope-ass price if you let him know I, the worst damn gamer, sent you, or Sir Sturdy sent you, and he can help you even capture great, precious moments and make them look even better than they were probably at that moment in time, so that you remember it just the way it needs to be remembered, the way you envisioned it. And then you can go check out our homie, So Good at Scary, Kyle the Angry Canadian's hosting over there. Tons of content on his Twitter or on his TikTok that you can duet and stitch, all in the horror realm. Another great thing about his Facebook is if you have a project you've been working on, if you're a filmmaker, content creator, if it's in the horror realm, 30 minutes or less, you can actually throw it up on there. That'll give us permission to do a review of it. Sturdy will give you more on that, but you can even be a part of it as well. You can let us know, get in contact with Sturdy on his website, or hit up Kyle there, and they'll go through the channels to get you on one of the podcasts with us, and you can be a part of it. Get yourself some exposure, have a great time with other like-minded individuals. Now, other homie, Joe, she hosts Any Last Words. Not only does she have tons of content up of the short form and she has her socials up, she does have a Patreon for support. She also just started a magazine for horror heads. So if that's your thing, go say what up to her, learn a recipe or two, go check out some cool origin stories, some ghost stories, and let her know the boys at the Z Network sent you and said, what up, girl?
Yes, yes, yes. Go over there and show her some love. And at midnight matinee, worst damn gamer ever. We will be there very, very soon at midnight again, reviewing Thor Ragnarok. So I hope you guys tune in for that and have a great, wonderful, wonderful time. I'll keep this Stream Lounge thing going up. I'll have it going up again at midnight on the Popcorn and Pints thing and all that good stuff. So you guys can watch it through there if you want to, for those of you who are still here. And for those of you who watched Thor Ragnarok with me earlier. And we're going to go in. We're going to go through this and have a great, 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 great time. But go to horrorsir30.com. You can get all of my links. Your boy Sir Sturdy, you can get all of my links to, figure out what the podcast is, all that great shit. And as Worst Damn was just saying, if you have a horror short that's 30 minutes or less, that's where we're reviewing on. It's Horror with Sir Sturdy. And real quick, the Casters for calls thing, I did connect with two people. There was one guy on there, which actually sourced from Barker, so I want to talk to you about when I bring these screens down. But him, I'm gonna actually have. I want to have him on here and there for segments. Like I said, he was making drinks on the live last night, so I want him to come on Horror with Sir Sturdy, review a movie with us, and make a drink while he's reviewing that movie, as like what drink he thought to make while he was watching that movie, basically. So tune in for that. And there's another guy on there who has just a magnificent horror collection, which I want to get him on here with like little short segments of him discussing his stuff, and you guys can go follow him as well. But just do some more connecting with other content creators and kind of get all of our names out there. And you guys are already watching Popcorn and Pints right now. You know what movie we guys are reviewing next week, unfortunately, for one of them. But make sure you guys tune in for that 9 o'clock Eastern time. You're going to see me go crazy, fucking anger, rage, swearing out nonsense for the Nicolas Cage movie, and we'll see what happens with the Bruce Campbell movie. And guys, go check out Stories from a Bar. It's an amazing, awesome, awesome, awesome podcast where you get brewery talk, Capital Region brewery talk, as well as music. You get independent music creators that come on this podcast and discuss their music, and you won't want to miss that. And the guy I was just talking about, the bartender guy, Chris, he's from, he lives in Michigan. But I feel like if you guys do one of your lives, it'll be a cool connection. Maybe you can have him make a New York cocktail or something as you guys are talking. I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. But it was for calls last night. And I was like, listen, you got to connect with my guy from Stories from a Bar. So I'm gonna get you guys connected at some point.
There we go.
Everybody else watching, listening, whether it be live or later on. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing night. Thanks for popping by, and peace, peace, peace. Make sure you guys check out the Z Network because there's some great creators on there, and you guys will have a great time with the whole network. Peace.